Hello my friends and welcome. Katie here with Eastwicks Paper and Ink. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today I've got a Halloween card for you, mini Slimline, and I was inspired by Nicole Spohr. Some of you may have seen this on my Instagram and Facebook and things like that. I did this video a couple weeks ago for Cat Scrappiness, but I wanted to redo the voiceover so that I could add it to my channel. I know that being on design teams and stuff, it can be confusing to know whose channel you're really on and things like that, and I want to make sure that I get things uploaded for you guys because I really appreciate you guys supporting my channel. So I'm going to go through some of the products that I'm using. Like I said, I was inspired by Nicole Spohr, but I didn't want to go out and buy the bat stencil and the tree and all that stuff because I had a lot of those elements already, just a little bit different. And so this die set is new. It's the it is the Crafter's Essentials Halloween die set. So you get a couple different bats, you get a little creepy fence, you get a creepy tree, a pumpkin, a crescent moon, some cool stuff in there. And then this is the Boogie Ghost. So you get, I didn't clip them away, but you get 5 different ghosts. And then some little add-ons. You get a little witch hat, you get a broom, you get a little lollipop and a bow tie so you can dress your ghosts up, which is pretty cool. And then we have the Creepy Crawly die set. This gives you a couple different spider webs and a couple different size spiders, which is really nice. You get like a big spider and a small spider, and they're all on their little hangy, you know, their little web, you know, their string that they weave their web. And this is the Toil and Trouble stamp and die set. Now this has been around for a little bit, so some of you guys might have that as well. I've got some Hero Arts Unicorn pigment ink, and then I've got some slate cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. Any darker gray cardstock will work perfect for this. So taking a cloud stencil that I have, that's another thing that you need. Cloud stencil, and then I'm just going to take this pigment ink with this blending brush. It's a bigger blending brush to add some clouds onto the background. And once I get the clouds layered up, no rhyme or reason, just laying some clouds down. This is a pretty straightforward cloud stencil that I have. I go through and I lay out all my die cuts and how I want this to look. And here I'm showing you how I cut my spider webs to fit in the corners. So that's the big spider web, and you can just cut it into fourths and you get one that fits perfect in the corner. Now I wanted one that was a little smaller, so I'm just taking the first section off, the top section off, and following that around the little curves, and that's going to shorten it up so that it fits better in the corner and doesn't overwhelm the bottom of the corner there. And this is the stamp that I'm going to be using. It's just, I can't read what it says because the screen's too small, but I'm going to do 2nd generation stamping with the white pigment ink. And I didn't get it lined up quite well there, right there. But just randomly applying the text stamp. You know, I don't have a background stamp that has that Halloween text to it, but you really don't need it. But I thought it added some great interest. I'm always inspired by Nicole Spohr's cards, especially when she's using, you know, text backgrounds and things like that. Now, because I did a 2nd generation stamping, the smudging that I'm doing here didn't really do anything because the pigment ink dried actually pretty quickly. So now I'm just going to start gluing my pieces down. And I hope this card inspires you to check out your stash, see what you have without having to go and purchase a bunch of stuff that maybe you don't need. I know it can be overwhelming that there's constantly new products being released on the market. But look and see what you have first. A lot of times when new stuff comes out, for me personally, I don't buy it if I can use some of the things that I have. Usually when I'm buying something that's brand new, because I'm cheap, I'm always on the clearance sections online, in stores. If I'm buying something that's brand new released, it's because I don't have it and I haven't been able to get it cheaper, or because, you know, it's just not out there. So always try to just, you know, check your stash and see what you have that you can come up with. And here I'm just gluing everything down. So I've got my little spider hanging from the tree. I've got my bats laying about where I want them. My ghosts are in position. The ghosts, because they're cut out of vellum, I just glued the bottom part where like the bats were going to sit, or like the one that's on the left where it's going to be tucked behind the tree. That way you don't see tons of the glue up in spots that you wouldn't necessarily want to see. And there I was just adding some of the black eyes and the mouth that I die cut out of black cardstock. I did die cut, or I did stamp and trim out that Happy Halloween stamp on some black cardstock with white embossing powder, and then layered up the cardstock 3 or 4 layers with just the black cardstock instead of using foam tape, and adhered that on the little hands of the ghost like he's holding a little Happy Halloween sign. And little liquid glue. Card base is mini Slimline 6x7, scored at 3.5 inches. The card panel measures 3 3/8 by 5 7/8, so just a little 1/8 of an inch border around the edge. But that's going to finish up the card, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and select all notifications. That way you'll be notified each time I upload a video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video.